Hi guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel today. How are you all doing? Hope you all are doing good. So today we're making a sweetheart bustier top. I went ahead to draft up my pattern. If you want to see a detailed video on how to draft this pattern, do let me know in the comment section and I'll get to it as soon as I can. And if you're new on my channel, you are welcome. Do not forget to subscribe, join the family, and turn on your notification bell so you get notified whenever I upload a video. Okay, so this is the fabric I'll be using for this project. I have a main fabric and a lining fabric. Then I went ahead to get this breast padding. It's really soft. This will be attached to the main fabric on the front part only. Okay, so I will be using my pattern to cut out the main fabric and the lining fabric as well. So I went ahead to cut out the pattern on the main fabric and on the lining fabric as well, as you guys see. Then for the front, the center front was cut on fold as well as the lining, and I went ahead to use the pattern to cut out the breast padding for the front part only. Okay, the breast pad is not going to be on the back part, just on the front part to give it a lot more stability and firmness. Okay, so right now I'm just going to place the main fabric on the front, right sides facing. I'm going to head to use a chalk on the wrong side just so I don't get confused as to what is what and which is which. Okay, so I'm just going to place that down really straight and smooth, then kind of place the breast part that tallies with this part on top this side part and pin it down using my pins. And basically, yeah, that's going to be done on the other side as well. At this point, I'm just trying to figure out the breast part that goes well with this part, and no, it's not this one. I have to check out the other one. Then I tried the second breast part for the side, and yes, this is it. So I'm just going to pin this down on a half-inch seam distance. I'll be using half-inch to pin down this side as well as the other that side, and I'll be doing the same thing for the back. As you guys can see, I did the same thing for the lining as well. All the lining pieces are pinned separately and all the fabric pieces are pinned separately. As you guys can see, I have both sides of the dart of the front pinned together, and basically I'm just going to take it to my sewing machine right now and sew. This is the center, this is the front. As you guys can see, I've pinned both sides of the front parts with the breast parts all in place. Okay, so I'm just going to sew along that line using a half-inch seam allowance. And when I had to sew all the darts in place using a half-inch seam allowance, then I used the double stitch just to ensure that those seams lay flat and smooth. This is the front part. As you guys can see, I have a double stitch on here. The next thing is to join the sides together using my body measurements. Okay, I'll be doing the same thing on the lining as well. Okay, do know that the lining and the main fabric are being joined separately. They are not being sewn together at this point. Okay, and after joining the sides together, this is what it looks like. Next step is to turn over the neckline of the front, the neckline on the back, as well as the zipper opening as well. I will not be turning over the armhole and the bottom part yet because I do want to place an arm there. I want to attach an arm to that place. So after turning the neckline, this is what it looks like. The neckline on the back as well as the zipper allowance all turned in, looking nice and smooth. As you guys can see, the armhole is not turned over. So the next step is to sew down that armhole as well as the bottom of the top using a straight stitch all the way through. I'm doing that on both armholes as well as the bottom. I'll run a straight stitch all across the bottom of the top. Okay, after sewing down the armhole as well as the bottom seam, as you guys can see, I have all those edges sewn down. The next step is to include a band underneath the top. At the bottom seam, I'll be attaching a band to it just to conceal those rough edges at the bottom. So I went ahead to cut a band that is 5 inches wide across and 34 inches long. Okay, so I'm just going to place this band right side on the wrong side of the top and sew along the bottom of this top all the way through from end to end. So I'll be sewing on a half-inch seam allowance. Okay, I'm just going to do that and show you guys what it looks like. So after sewing, this is what it looks like. This is the back of the top, all nice and smooth. I went ahead to give this a really good nice press. Okay, so I will turn the fabric over, the top over, and repeat the same thing on the other side of the band as well. I'll be folding over this other edge of the band with an half-inch or with a half-inch seam allowance and place right on top, the front part of the top, and sew all the way through from end to end. So this is what it looks like after sewing. I went ahead to include the zipper. I did that off camera. Then this is what it looks like. The next step is to cut out my arm, my sleeve basically. For the sleeves, I decided to use this organza fabric, and I'm place this in fold of 4. Then I marked 11 inches across that folded edge. Next I'll be marking 10 inches down to create the armhole, and the armhole basically is 5 inches on either side. I'll be showing you guys where the excess 5 inch on either side would be useful later on. Okay, so I'm just gonna cut that out and show you guys what it looks like. Okay, so after cutting this, what it looks like, I'm gonna head to notch the center point of that, which is 5 inches, and this part will be folded over basically like so. I'm going to fold it inwards and stitch together. Then next is to cut out my arm circumference. I used 24 inches for my arm circumference, which means I marked 12-inch on fold. Okay, so I'm going to cut that out, then fold in the bottom seam, the bottom edge. I'm going to fold in the bottom edge as well as the side edges. Then for the side, I went ahead to use a bias strip to lock in those edges, just to avoid any itchiness or discomfort later on. Okay, I also marked 4 inches above my bottom hem just to attach this elastic band. I'll be pulling and sewing this elastic band at the same time, just to shrink in that bottom seam to create a sort of ruffle effect at the bottom. And I'll be doing the same thing at the top part, just along that stitch or that folded seam at the top, just to create a ruffle effect and show you guys what it looks like. So after sewing, this is what it looks like. The down is all ruffled up, the top is all ruffled up, looking all nice and smooth. No, not smooth, I'm yet to iron that. So I went ahead to attach the sleeve onto the top, and this is what it looks like. And this is basically what I'll be repeating on the other sleeve as well. But after attaching the sleeves, I used a bias strip to lock in those edges. After fixing both sleeves, this is what it looks like on me. This is the final look. Do let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you haven't already. Okay, feel free to share as much as you want. All right, see you guys in my next video. Bye.